It is early morning at the University of Texas MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston. Dr. Raymond Sawaya, head of the Department of Neurosurgery, is operating on a patient with glioblastoma, a form of brain cancer. It's a surgery he and his team have performed on thousands of patients. Most of those are in the prime of life.
The year I turned 30 was the most incredible year of my life. I was graduating from law school. I got married, spent a month in Europe for our honeymoon, got pregnant, and then in December of that year, I was diagnosed with glioblastoma and changed my life forever.
The doctor came in and he said, "Are you ready for this?" And I thought, oh, this is going to be bad. So he put up the MRI and we just see this kind of big mass inside my brain, and I thought, well, okay, that doesn't look like it should be there, but I don't know what it is. So at the age of 59, I was diagnosed with glioblastoma, still relatively young enough to not say, well, he's had lived a good life. Well, I haven't lived it all yet.
About 6 out of every 100,000 people will get glioblastoma, with a high proportion in their 30s, 40s, and 50s.
We don't know what causes brain cancer. Clearly, it's affecting relatively young people who are in the prime of their lives, who are very productive in their work. And in fact, it affects white-collar workers more than blue-collar workers.
James Broach is among those. Some 20 months ago, at the age of 35, this competitive college tennis player, venture capitalist, husband and father of 3, was given the same diagnosis, glioblastoma.
Basically, I had symptoms that I thought may have been related to early signs of MS, and so I met with a neurologist who did an MRI, and I found out I didn't have MS, but I found out, I likely have a brain tumor.
For James, now 37, it was a wake-up call. There's no known cure for glioblastoma. The average survival time after diagnosis is 9 to 18 months and has been that way for 50 years. But James has refused to accept the status quo. Wanting to help others, he and his wife Jamie formed the Broach Foundation for Brain Cancer Research.
Without research, a cure is never going to be found. The only way we're going to be able to move the pendulum and find a cure for brain cancer is with private donations.
The Broaches have been passionate about fundraising. The foundation's inaugural gala in 2012 resulted in a $725,000 gift to fund the promising research of Dr. Frederick Lang, Director of Clinical Research in the Department of Neurosurgery. He is working with Dr. Juan Fueyo on an adenovirus called Delta 24. This virus, which was specifically engineered to kill brain tumors, is surgically injected through the skull straight into the tumor.
About 15% of the people have had a dramatic response, and potentially 2 of these patients we might have cured. We have one patient who's over 2.5 years out and another patient who's just over a year out, and their tumor has completely disappeared with a single injection of the virus.
Annabeth Ochoa is one of those patients. A wife and mother, Annabeth was diagnosed with glioblastoma 20 months ago. When surgery couldn't remove the entire tumor, she chose treatment using the Delta 24 virus. After the one injection a year ago, the tumor is now totally gone.
It's a miracle. It's a true blessing. It's allowed me to continue to live and be here. Enjoy each day.
The Delta 24 is a smart way to go after these tumor cells that have specific mutations. The results so far indicates that a subset of patients have had their tumor completely suppressed by this therapy.
So the key to the whole process is research, research, research. And research needs resources.
James and Jamie Broach understand that the only way to continue making headway against this disease is to raise money for research. James is still fighting for that cause, still wanting to make a difference.
He is always interested in the research coming out of MD Anderson and always trying to pick the doctor's brains about different studies, different treatments. So he very much wants to be a part of the process in other ways than just fundraising for the Broach Foundation. He wants to be part of the research himself and is willing to make that happen. The last year has been a long road for James, but he's such a fighter and he has the most positive attitude. Every day he wakes up, he puts a smile on his face and still tries to live a full life just as anyone else would and tries to find the joy in each day.
In pursuit of their goals, James and Jamie Broach, along with the other board members, spend much of their time and energy developing and supporting the Broach Foundation. It now has become one of the largest Texas-based charities supporting adult brain cancer research, raising more than $1 million last year.
He sees it as this organization that will outlast any one of us, that will continue to grow year over year, that will continue to impact the community and MD Anderson, that will continue to give back to others.
At MD Anderson, research is the key to achieving our mission to eliminate cancer. The work of Dr. Lang and others represents a significant effort to prolong survival and to dramatically affect cure rates in brain cancer. The Broach Foundation, through its fundraising efforts, is contributing to making this research possible.
For those that have given to the Broach Foundation or any foundation that supports brain cancer research, we really do say thank you.
Thank you all for donating to brain cancer research.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, really, from the bottom of my heart.